a roster spot yet to prove themselves to general managers around the league. That's kind of one of my favorite parts about this. It's the first action and the biggest action for a lot of these guys in their career.
Guys land contracts from what we see in these games, and they have a probably one of the major ones that had a championship on their back. But this is a great place where you see players stand out, and players get two ways off. They end up being players that make factors come out of the season. So, Malika, honestly, when I look at it, you have it's a melting pot. What's wrong with Vegas right now? You have team execs, you have team owners, all on site here. We see on camera some of them meet on camera. There's so many meetings that take place. The NBA's moratorium is over.
He's not here anymore. He got it on.
And I think a lot of that happens in back hallways of hotels.
They catch online on
restaurants and things like that. So that's what I have also got my eye on as well. And,
I'm sorry, does it help?
We're here in Las Vegas.
To be a good coming man.
Was it helpful enough? I mean,
in the NBA version. Right. If you want to come to Disneyland for the NBA, come to Las Vegas for the next 10 days.
Okay.
29 years in a row, like Mr. Mark said over here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, catch up with him. Let us know if not, we'll take care of you.
Before we came on air, we've been breaking news.
I'm great.
What more can you tell us?
Okay, you're welcome.
All NBA Oklahoma City Thunder star Jalen was agreed to a 5-year maximum rookie contract extension worth up to $287 million. His agent, Philadelphia Justin Hayes, and WWE Basketball told me. So that means Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, J-Dub, all under contract together through the rest of the decade. As they enter the prime of their career, they're not even technically in their prime. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 26. You have J-Dub being 24, Chet Holmgren, 23. All maxed out, all under contract through the rest of the decade, up to 287 for J-Dub, but in total here, $822 million in projected extension for these three players. This is their core three guys moving forward. This is about to be the third straight season as a non-tax paying team. So clearly, the bills are going to keep getting higher. They're going to be entering the first and second name for starting a couple seasons now. Right. This is their core three. These are the players that are committed. That one commitment is taking Oklahoma City. These are the players that are committed to being there for the long haul.
I don't know if I see $822 million of anything. I don't know if it's Blake McGrath. That is a whole lot of money right there. It's not that you can immediately, you're talking about having three max players in the era of the dreaded second apron. How does this work, Bobby? Because you told me not to be afraid. Everything you told me is numbers like this would keep your price go away.
I think the biggest thing is that there's three players 26 years or older, or younger. They're not three that are in their mid-30s here. I think when you look at Oklahoma City, certainly their state culture court, they're getting a new arena in 2028. We have a new television deal here, potentially expansion in a few years. So the revenue stream is going to be coming in. And then you look at the resources they have, the potential of 4 first-round picks next year to maybe offset some of these contract picks. Sam Presti's done a terrific job staggering money here. Listen, 2 years from now, we might see a little bit of a different iteration of this roster, but like we saw with the 90 Bulls, Jordan and Pippen were there during those 6 championships, and I think we're going to see that with these three players here for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I think they have a culture, so you understand that those three guys are going to be there, and you continue to build around those guys in the future. But the thing is, when you walk in that locker room, you understand you got to be full feet in. You can't be halfway in, you can't be halfway out. You got to be full feet in. This is these guys' team. They have created that cornerstone. They have created that in OKC. So when you walk in that locker room, nothing changes. So even though the pieces around them are probably going to change in the future, I think they have a culture. I think they have things built and things in the right places.
One thing that's so impressive, Tom, about this team is that it's so clear that every guy on this roster, even though they are young, knows exactly what their role is, what their space is in this pecking order as well.
It's a special team, and this core particularly with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen, they're so connected. They all celebrate each other's success. Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, they both have the same age as Bill Duffy. So Sam Presti and that Thunder organization working with Bill Duffy over the last week or so, reaching agreement on 2 separate extensions. Yesterday, Chet Holmgren up to $250 million. Now today, Jalen Williams up to $287 million. So those negotiations were about as smooth, I think, as you can probably have under the circumstances. This is big business that went on after becoming the second youngest team ever to win a championship. When you have results like that, this is what comes with it. These three guys have done something that you think about over a decade ago. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, that whole core, they got close. this group did push through. And what you're going to see now is these guys stay together, and they have dozens of first round picks. Bobby has all the 14. I don't have to speak to it. They got all those first. They have, and think about the guys like Jared Williams. Think about guys like Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams on their bench. Those are the types of guys where, as you see the roster potentially shift in 2-3 years, not those three, but other guys, you see other players stepping in on contracts that you already have under team control.
I'm just hoping that they celebrate what you said here. They learned from their run to this championship, and now they're the top bottom a little bit because they struggled just a little bit after they won the title. So they're close to each other. Therefore, it's set. The Milwaukee Bucks. So they still have questions as the summer progresses here, because another big question still, what is happening with Giannis and Antetokounmpo? He's doing this all touch injury. He's living his best life, as he always does. And tell us, he's been active on social media as well. He's joined the Popular Streamer show Speed, and he has this to say about whether or not he'll stay in Milwaukee long term. Take a listen here.
He was type of bad. Yeah. I feel like I'm going to play there. So, so he's staying in Milwaukee? Probably. We'll see. Probably a little more.
So Giannis says probably we'll see him back. But sometimes I say, I say probably a salad, then I give myself an elf for the burger. I think three is your stuff.
I'm happy he finally come out and say, hey, even though it's a problem, we don't take the problem out. He's going back to Milwaukee. And it's not a failure. I think you said it's not a failure to go back to Milwaukee. You've had success, you've had the championship, you've had individual success, you've had team success. This organization has tried to do everything possible to get Giannis the opportunity to get the best position. It just has not happened. So for him to say, I'm going to sit and look, and for there to not be too many options out there, and to put it in more season, it certainly has to happen. They're comfortable in Milwaukee, Giannis. You don't owe anybody the information, but you'll be comfortable and enjoy the rest of your basketball. Work all you learn.
I wish I had green body language. I know, but I just look at what people do these offseason. They've got plenty of coaches roster around Giannis. You don't go out and leave anywhere and make $20 million cap there, go sign Miles Turner, and bring back some of the players, Bobby Portis and Gary Trent, some Gary Harris here. I think that we're going to potentially do Giannis. You go full speed ahead. You try to build a roster around him, and if you get to the point, he turns into the front office and says, I want out. He won't cut that player, but I'm looking at that Giannis is going to be on his roster when this season starts. We'll see.
We still have a couple of months, a couple of weeks for Giannis to marinate on this, of course, before the beginning.
It'll be more time than that.
It'll be more than the draft.
It won't be the draft, but we have to be 1 to 3 seasons. Not that he's summer league. The next 2 months is when Giannis doesn't go in his inner circle and have to have some real conversation.
Until then, continue on the destiny, because that looks like a whole lot of fun. So we come here on NBC. David Shepard is going to be joining us live on all things rocking the head of the board in his second summer league here. And we are just about 15 minutes away from the Central television here. Remember, Garrett Lee, the Pelicans' big move, just covered in the draft meeting in Nebraska.
It sure did, and it's going to the next top pick next year's draft. And we'll wait and see what happens. But I want Garrett Lee everything around the when they're going to be coming out of the conference out. You have an email. You can get that whole specialized for no
Oh man, he's not here today, bro. Nah, he'll be in tomorrow. He had just got back in from out of town. His white man passed away. Yeah.
Race 69, race 69. You know, shit like it's a new T2. Not available in stores or on Amazon. Get your complimentary bottle now. Text PASS. Race 69, race 69. Text now and we'll include a bottle of new Gen External X absolutely free. Hey, I lost my drive. Instead of lying to what? I lost my drive and energy after I turned 40. Did you have no car? Sure, my tires is good. Force Genetics. Most guys at the point, it's more than just a dog. Energy, strength, stamina, that competitive fire, it all starts with it. Did that for you too? Yes. Well, what'd you get? We got new Gen External T2 from the #1 seller testosterone program at GNC and Walmart. New Gen External T2 back with even more man-boosting power. It's the next iteration of testosterone. Extends nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours. So you're strong and ready for anything. With more energy and drive, you like a new man. Get your complimentary bottle by texting you to 42424. You know, shit like it's a new T2 is not available in stores or on Amazon. Get your complimentary bottle now. Text you to 42424. Text now and we'll include a bottle of new Gen External X absolutely free.
This is the one who never stops. She works around the clock and knows when it's all on the line, having the right supplies makes all the difference. The industrial grade products you need. Call Granger.com or stop by. Granger for the ones who get it done. What would you pay for an iPad Pro? I only paid $42 on DealDash. DealDash.com. Online auction since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. And this smart charcoal grill sold for $16. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Deals like these and many more happen in the thousands of daily auctions on DealDash.com. All auctions start at $0. And remember, everything must go.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase. This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21.
I got it for $16 on DealDash.
And shipping is always free. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
They're also going right now.
So what are you waiting for?
We're outside.
It's been a busy summer for Houston. Of course, KD is the headline, but this is a group that has a lot of depth as well, especially in the front court. Here he's looking at the Rockets' potential rotation here. Second guard Reed Shepard poised to play the key role on the bench in the trade that brought Durant to Houston. And joining us now at Summer League, last year's number 3 overall pick, Reed Shepard. Reed, thank you so much for spending the time with us today. I really appreciate it. I'm always excited to celebrate when a player, especially a top pick, decides to come back and play a second year at Summer League, no matter how big or how small their role was in the regular season playoffs for their team the year before. What made you want to come back and play again and work on that skill set?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that I love basketball.
Yeah.
Being able to come back and play, it's just a lot of fun. You get to work out all summer, being in the gym, doing that, but being able to come out here and play against different players and just get up and down the court is always fun.
We mentioned Kevin Durant. We were all watching the highlights together leading into this segment. What did you think when you heard he was going to be your teammate? How did you think you could compliment him?
Yeah, I mean, obviously when I saw it, it was really cool for me. I grew up watching him my whole life, so it's kind of crazy now that I'm going to be playing with him. He's just a tremendous, great scorer. Really can do anything. He's a great winner. So it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited to play with him.
For Chums, in bringing Kevin to the Rockets, there were certain players that Houston said, no, they cannot be a part of this deal.
Yeah, so Reed, now that we have you here, I'd love to get your take. So obviously you were a top pick last year. Your role ebbs and flows. You had injury as well, but you're on a top 2 seed, finding your place. Now you're going to enter this year in a bigger role. But this offseason, teams inquire with the Rockets, ask about you. The Suns, I was told, asked about you. You were made untouchable in those conversations. So what do you feel when you hear that? What kind of motivation does it give you? How do you feel just about where you stand right now?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. For me, this is my first year dealing with all the off season and the trade. So it's kind of crazy seeing all of it go down. So like you said, hearing some of that stuff is pretty cool. It gives me a lot of confidence. Just going into the gym, continue to work on everything I've been working on this summer. Just getting better. Just really looking forward to the season and trying to help as much as I can.
Is that something like the GM tells you, like, hey, listen, a team called about you, but we're not trading you. Like, it's good. It's untouchable. Like, do you feel about what they do?
No, not really. I'm not
It's way too big. I know that's not like this more untouchable players are one of the best shooters in the league. It's incredible watching so much fun to watch you. Not just for Brandon, it's still a best shooter here.
I don't know. I gotta prove it a little bit, but he's proved it for a while, so it'll be fun to have some good conversation with that.
Well, Rick, I want to give you a flowers because I'm a huge fan. I know about the 49 points because you guys really did it. But it's great to look forward to you all. I look at Rock, I look at Kevin Durant, I look at the ball, I look at Sandro, I look at the other guys that put the basketball in. You're not one of those guys that is not really like you put him out here. What do you do to add to the team? It's not where it's not your night, it's not your night, it's not your night. What are you looking to add to this rotation? I'm still in rotation. I'm still going to help us win this basketball game. I'm sure that for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing that Summer was getting in the weight room and defensively, just working on defense. We have probably a 2 to 3 week stretch. That was just my workout for straight defense. I love that I wasn't touching the basketball the first 40 minutes. It wasn't very fun, but it's something that we got to do. So just working on that stuff. Still getting up shots and ball handling and all that, but really just working on being stronger and being more physical.
By the way, that footage you're showing was from him cooking individually in that game.
I love that you're working on the defense for the same secret as me. You think I want you? No, we do. So I love that you're working on defense all the time. I never heard about that. You didn't know that, boy? You didn't know that? Defense is workout. I know that's fine. I'm not surprised next time.
Can we get some quick hitters before we let you go here? We know you got stuff to prepare for here. All right. I'm wondering, we're here in Las Vegas. Nightclub, pool party. What's the vibe?
Pool party.
Especially here, it's 110 degrees here in Las Vegas. If you needed a game winner, either a walk-off shot, both your parents play volleyball. You hand it around to mom or you hand it around to dad?
I'm doing it tomorrow.
We really appreciate the time. Thank you so much for stopping by every day today. We wanted to read it and see so many highlights of Summer League. And now that we take a look back at some of the best plays of Summer League all time. What we now to the collection here first. In 2007, pretty good. Going baseline the coaster on the defender. Watch this shot. It's rainy, but it's good.
Okay.
Oh.
That's Wayne. She played with us for a while. Yeah, my bad, Wayne.
And then we got 2010 here. We got on the knees. Yeah. And then it's 2019 here. That's the age of the second top team. I think I'm over here. Next, it's 2012 here. Maybe we'll recently hope to get better soon. We should have known at this point, game time this year. That's an awesome little starter watch, right? Because about 15 here. You have somebody good first performance Summer League. I used to just say 2017 Mason Tatum. Game winning jumper. I think we did the Kobe. We did the Kobe Summer League. All right, let's go to 2012 here. That's like the third year. That's like a good ball move right there. 2010, J.R. Smith. Showing his hands. Top player. 2024. That was insane. Wait a minute, announcers are reacting like that. That's when you know that you really got it. Bree, what are your mindset before we let you go officially, heading into these summer days or about to get up here coming up?
Yeah, I think we're coming out and playing with a lot of confidence, having fun. You know, these are so much fun being able to play in this environment. So just coming out, having fun, enjoying everything.
I think if you were to have a stuff like that or a game winner, to be honest, I mean, it might be relaxed around the building. Right?
Oh, for sure. When I was playing some of these, you were just with your mom and your dad and your age. Now you look at this crowd that's sitting right now, and boy, it's just running around.
Certainly, bro, and it's been so much fun to see. Bruce, thank you again. We appreciate the time sticking with us and watching a couple of those highlights. We're actually about to head over to ESPN because there's been a couple of minutes over on ESPN2. We have the Timberwolves and the Pelicans over on ESPN. We're counting down the last debut as well, the #1 pick from the 2025 NBA draft. Also, the live report on Dallas Slam, the professional debut coming up here. Jeremiah Fears, though, getting set here for his supplement debut with the New Orleans Pelicans. That game coming up right after the break. Anyone home? And here I am. How's it going, honey? Where's the watching picture? What's the picture? Your mom, you know what? I hope you know how grateful she was to have you. I know. Speaking of grateful, what is it? It's the check from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company. Mom's life insurance. Life insurance? So soon? Just like they said, so my sister. Always looking out for her family. I can still hear her. I don't want my bill to be your pocket. This check will help a lot.
If you're age 45 to 85, you can't be turned down for up to $25,000 in life insurance from United of Omaha. Policies start at just $6.38 a month, and benefits could be paid in as little as 24 hours.
How did she qualify? You know, we don't know. These policies for issues don't matter. She was so
Policies are available with no health questions, no medical exam, no blood tests.
I just assumed life insurance was way over my budget. No one set the kind of budget in mind. Well, if people manage the way you can too. But is there rate go up every year? No. There's a rate lock built into the policy.
Policies start at just $6.38 a month. Your rate is locked in for life. The cost of a funeral can be $9,000 or more. With one call, you can give your loved ones the protection they need to help pay these costs. And unlike some policies, benefits are payable from the first day.
Mom just felt better knowing you have help, and I think you more grateful. What you call United Omaha? I guess I'm never stopping listening to my big sister.
Don't put off life insurance. Call United of Omaha today.
Call 800-228-3806. Can't be turned down. Call today to lock in your rates. 800-228-3806. That's 800-228-3806.
Hearing is close to what matters. Personalized hearing care and the latest technology. Hearing Life helps you feel every step of the way. Put your faith in the test.
You're welcome. How you doing? This is great. We're glad to meet
Welcome back. One of the hosts thinks God's right here. Should have been tailback. Tailback, that's plenty. I mean, times. And you probably get some variation of that body protector shows before, but it is possible for your tire to You're talking about. And this week. And to do that, I'm joined by my friend, recent graduate, Marco Luo. Congratulations.
We're gonna double the first now.
It's cool. Like, whatever you want to do, you want to take it out. Like, man, I'm started already. I'm out for
Generally, and it's you feel like it's two teams and then everyone else. I mean, it's exercise kind of going through all the rosters. That's part of it. You feel like it might be a little bit more interesting that people expect a little more offense than it was this last year. Yeah. Still, I mean, there's some good comments in this podcast, and it's really hard to make a case nasty against the show. But I do think you can make a case for wild card season coming out in the season, and with the Giants, and that's kind of bad case with the quarterback situation. We're going to get to that. That's how the Commanders, I talked about the same rate stuff. I'm talking about the rate for the top offensive players. Commanders landed in the top offensive five, but not the highest let's start with the offense because maybe the best thing in it is pretty heavily, which I think is interesting. The quarterback is Daniel Mariota again, receiving Travis Lawrence, Samuel, and then I would say Mike Della Brown, has to be your guy. I remember they say that back to Andy Osborne. He got the good game in the Texas. I mean, he had 3 or something. Zach Ertz and John Bates still tight end. Brian Ross is not the running back. And then the offensive line is where they have as well. They're upstairs left tackle, Albrady, and Gallish. Again, Cosby is injured when he plays. Looking at some combination though. Josh Conley, the Brown Day, why it's a little bit unclear. Actually, let me start there because I guess congratulations, but it is certainly your area of expertise. How do you feel about Commander choosing to invest in the offensive line this offseason? And how do you feel about them adding Tunsil and Connerly? Because last year I thought it was I was down to one last year. And it worked. I think Brandon Coleman comes in, I get him Mike started like afterwards. And he's actually quite good, I thought. But again, they kind of hit a wall. Do you like them bringing in these players? But how do you feel about that? Yeah, I agree with you. I think sometimes you have a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback who's like the ball out, good decision maker, stress. I think the stress got goes on. Cool, we don't have to necessarily have